Welcome to Global Window. Moi ase Azin Jamir, apni kan laga host, aro aji mo kan laga show. The discussion aisle de ahigina se ekta young prominent individual kunbra 2021 sal de Nagaland Public Service Commission laga examination de amongst thousands of aspirants tai top 1 extra assistant commissioner laga boss paigna se Miss Imkongnukla Ao. Tai mo kan lo dia ahigina se aro Global Window laga viewers kan ki tai laga journey, tala challenges, struggles, are most importantly what it takes to be in the top 1 in Npsc. Idula kota kuriolese. So welcome to the Global Window.
Thank you so much, Global Window, for inviting me to this show, and also thank you so much, viewers. Also,
Firstly, congratulations on the achievement.
Okay, thank you so much.
So, what was the first reaction when you get to hear that you are in the top 1?
Actually, at first, I didn't expect that I'll be in the top 1 because I was expecting that I'll be in the EEC list. So I was expecting that I'll be among the top 6. But so I started searching from the top 6. But when I didn't see my name, I thought that maybe my name is not there. Okay. But then when I saw it in the top 1, I was not believing that it was me, so I started searching my roll number, and it was me. So I think I thank God first because it was all because of His grace and love that I'm here today. So first of all, I was quite happy also, and I was full of, I was thanking God for the blessing that He had bestowed on me.
So can you please kindly walk through, your childhood days and then your early education as well to the audience?
Okay, so actually I was born in my mom's village, that is Mokokchung village, and I grew up with my grandparents and my mom as well. And so till my class 10, my mom supported me. So she was not employed, she was not working also, so she had to do a small kind of business to support me financially. And I think one moment which changed my life was she told me in class 10 that that I have to be among the top 10 list, or if I'm not in the top 10 list, then I cannot continue my studies. So I'm becoming a little emotional now, but I think it's fine. So that has made me believe that, I'm not someone who comes from a family wherein people are good in studies. So, but then I knew that I had to study if I have to pursue my dream. And I know that God has sent every one of us with a purpose in this world. And I know that, He knows me even before I was formed in my mother's womb. So I knew that I had to do something. So I studied hard for that.
Can you please kindly also tell the viewers about your schooling, where you did your studies and stuff like that?
Yes, so till class 10, class A, I think I studied in my mom's village, is Mokokchung Government School. Then after that, I studied in Docklocks Higher Secondary School, Mokokchung. Then after that, there I was ranked 2. Then I studied in Christian Higher Secondary School, Dimapur. So I was a good student here also. Then after that, I studied in Patkai Christian College. Then I graduated there, and I started giving competitive exams because I knew that I had to do something for the world, for the society. And I have studied all the history, political science, economics, and I was thinking, what can I do with this? So the only thing that I can face the world, that I can bring a change to the society, to the world, was cracking through the exams. And so this is the means that I wanted to contribute to the society. So exam is not the end in itself. This is a means for me to, to contribute more to the society. So it's like this.
So may I also know what was your major paper, because I'm a little curious.
During my graduation, my honors was economics honors.
All right, now that's the economics student right in front of you people. All right, also, how was your journey as an aspirant?
So during my college days, I decided that I'll write this examination, whether I clear in the first attempt or the second attempt, or how long it takes, because I had this determination that I have to do something with it. So in my first attempt, I gave just after my graduation, and I was lucky enough to clear it, and I was working as a secretariat assistant from 2020 in Nazareth Branch Home Department, Civil Secretariat. Then this was my second attempt.
Were you always inclined towards the competitive examination, or how was it?
Yes, actually, because I started with nothing, I started with scratch, from the scratch itself. So I knew that I had to do something in this world. I have to make my contribution to the world. So just like I said, the only thing that I was good at, something that I'm good at was reading, and I have to read and I have to study in order to crack the examination. So I knew that I have to write the competitive exam and I have to crack it. So it was always still with me.
from the was it from the childhood, or was it like there was a particular phase in your life where you decided that I'm gonna do it? Like, was there a particular phase that you can think of right now?
Yes, I think for my class 10 itself, because when I see people who are in the administration, I was quite inspired by the lives that they touch and the changes that they bring about in the society. So I knew that I wanted to write this exam. So because of that, instead of all the toppers studying science, I studied arts from my class 11th. So yeah, I was quite inclined towards it from just after my class 10 exam.
Talking about you getting inspired by the administrative, services and all, who is that one person in your life that inspires you the most?
Okay, so there are two persons who inspires me the most. The first one is Armstrong Pami. He's an IS officer posted in Manipur, and the another is Sentilong Ozukam. He's a civil servant.
Yeah.
So I think the reason that I really look up to both of them is not just because they're civil servants, but because they're doing so much for the society. They are preaching God's word also. They're helping other people out. So they're glorifying God through their lives, and I've always admired both of them. So both of them has always been an inspiration.
So Sentilong Ozukam and Armstrong Pame for you. Now that you are in a position as an ESC, like, are you satisfied with the role that you have accomplished?
I'm so thankful to God, because every one of us, we want to be in the top, and then God has provided me this opportunity. So I'm so much satisfied, and whatever opportunity and wherever I'm posted, I just hope that I will contribute to the best, and I will help the people wherever I go.
Just out of curiosity, like, are there more doors that you need to feel to open through?
Actually, AEC is just not the end. I think I've told you that I wanted to clear a competitive exam, because that should be the means for me to serve the society. So learning is never the end. So I will continue to strive forward, and I will continue to become a better version of myself in the best possible manner. So I think I'll try to become better.
Now you have achieved so many accomplishments in your life, with your first exam being cleared, and now, as you have stated also, this is your second Npsc, and you have cleared like in the ESC position. So for you, what is the one golden rule of success?
Success. Okay, the first golden rule of success, and I think it will not just apply to studying itself. It will be doing anything, whether you are starting a business or doing anything. So the first is we need to find a goal. Like we need to have a dream. And the second thing is that we have to know what we're good at, like gifts. Like for example, I want to study, so I'm good at this, so I have to do this. The third is having a determination that no matter how much it takes, I have to do this. Okay, like whether I'm clearing the first attempt, second attempt, because I know so many people who clears even the 5th attempt, 6th attempt. So it is nothing that takes them forward, but it is just their determination. The fourth one is never giving up. We may sometimes face failures in life, but we have to rise like a phoenix. And when we just look at the people from the histories and all around us, we know that they are the ones who raised up from the failures and they face the challenges with so much of optimism. So we never have to give up. When we face challenges from the society, the society may say that, oh, you're a failure, you can't do this, but we have to believe in ourselves. And first of all, we have to believe in God, because we face a lot of frustration whenever we face challenges. I was even complaining to God, all throughout the process, but then in the end, it's like God's mercy and grace. So God should be our best friend, and we have to tell everything to God, and He will make all our paths straight. So that should be the golden rule to success.
Wow, I mean, what a word coming from a young, prominent individual like her. So viewers out there, I think we all should take a note on that. Okay, you have stated about the challenges, so what are the challenges that you have faced in your career as well?
Okay, so I cleared in my first attempt, so I've been working in the office. So I was working in Nazareth branch home department there. Of course, my office people were very kind enough, and they're the best people. They give me so much of leave to study. But in order to come back from office, I was staying in a hostel, so I had to study because I was preparing for a competitive exam. So I couldn't, I have to sacrifice my friend's life. I have to sacrifice my social life as well. So those are the challenges. So I cried almost like 2 times a week. I cried a lot actually, because the process itself is such a difficult journey, and then it takes around like 2 years to clear the examination. So after coming back from office, you get tired also, but you have to study. So that was a challenge that I faced.
Yeah. But then at the end of the day,
it was all worth it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. While we talk about your challenges, there are also, like people saying, like I often keep on hearing that luck pi bishi dangor kota se and all this, no? So like, do you think luck plays an important role in clearing the exam?
I think luck, I'll say that's like God's blessings. I'll replace it with that word of fortunate, being fortunate enough. Yeah, of course it plays a very important role, because even in Npsc around like 14,000, 15,000 candidates, right? Of course, not almost everyone is a serious aspirant, but people from, the graduates all over from Nagaland, whether they are studying outside, they come and write this exam. So it's a competitive exam because everyone studies and they come. But then, sometimes it depends on your timing. So, our timing should align with the God's timing. For example, like this is my second attempt. And in my first attempt, even though I did pretty well, but I couldn't get the good rank because my timing has not arrived yet. So, what I would like to tell to all the aspirants is that even though if you face failure now, like whatever that we have studied, it is never a waste. We can always utilize it in the next attempt. For me, when I was writing this attempt, I was writing my essay, then I was writing my GS, then whatever the knowledge that I've accumulated throughout my college days and even my studies throughout, I was able to utilize that. So I just have to be patient, and we have to wait for God's timing. So it really plays an important role, but then we have to be patient, and we do not have to lose our faith in the Almighty God.
Wow, what a message. Like every time you say something, I'm like astounded by how expressive you are, and just by the words. And I'm pretty sure that the viewers out there are also as equally inspired as me sitting next to her. So, yeah. Also, now that Npsc is approaching, in just a week or two, the exam will be conducting yet again. So, the most awaited question, how many hours did you study while preparing for the examination?
Actually, I think I'm a very slow learner because there are people, I know friends who don't study much but they can clear examination just like that. But for me, I used to forget things also, and then I need to continuously be in touch with the books. So just like I said, I went to office, so I had to survive and I had to pay for my expenses. So somehow, so I went to office, and the rest of the time after doing my other chores, I spent the other time studying. So I didn't allocate a certain specific time that I'm going to study for 5 hours, 6 hours, but whatever little time that I have, I spend my time studying. So the most important thing is having a target, and then trying to complete that target is the most important rather than calculating the times that we study.
So I consider it as a tip from you to the aspirants?
Yes, you can say that.
All right. Is there any, like specific ritual that you follow while you prepare for the exams?
Okay, so I actually, since I stay in a hostel, it's a little noisy hostel, so I used to wake up early in the morning around 4 o'clock, and I pray to God, and after that I study for the examination, then I read my newspapers, and after that I eat breakfast, and after that I study again. Then after that I'll dress up, then I'll go back, I'll go to the office, and I'll come back, and then after that I'll take rest, and I'll start studying, then I sleep. So I think that's
a whole lot of study in just a
yeah,
day.
Because just like I said, I'm a very slow learner. I'm a very slow learner, so I always have to study. I have to read because that is what I knew, that this is the only thing that can take me forward, and this is the one that can bring changes in my life, and also it will provide a platform for me to bring positive changes in other people's lives. So I was quite determined. So I think all this time was my determination and my faith in God that He has sent me to this world with a purpose that has all been the motivation throughout.
You have mentioned about, like in your daily routine, you have mentioned about you reading newspapers in the morning. Was it a daily ritual for you? Also, how helpful is it for all the aspirants? Because I keep on, hearing from people like to keep updated with the medias, and also like, is it like helpful, or how helpful it is in a way?
Yeah, because you are trying to write the competitive examination, so you are trying to be a well-aware citizen who is aware of the current issues around the globe. You have to be aware about the international issues, national issues, local issues. So I read 2 newspapers. The first one is a Hindu newspaper that is for national news, and the second I read Nagaland Post and also Morong Express.
Yeah.
So those newspapers helped me. Of course, it's also important for the examination because they ask kind of affairs from there. For example, like for Npsc, they'll be asking sports, they'll be asking different kind of who got this award and all. And also you can utilize those in the GS knowledge, GS examinations, because in the mains examination, because the answers that I wrote in the GS, I try to cite current examples to let the evaluator know that I'm quite updated with the question in order to let my answers stand out. So newspapers have been very helpful.
Yeah. So to all the aspirants out there who are watching our interview, this is something that you should need to mark in your mind.
We have to even read the editorials, because editorials from the Hindu is quite good. I read the editorials of Indian Express also, and I read Morong Express, and the Morong Express editorials are quite good. So you understand about the issues, and then you can try to emulate this kind of the words also, the vocabularies. It will enrich your vocabularies and it will help you to tackle the English comprehension question in Npsc, as well as it will help you to structure your answers as well as writing your essays in a better fashion. Yeah. So those are the things that we can take from the newspapers reading.
Again, as stated, not promotion. Not promotion. This is not paid promotion. But the Nagaland Post, Morong Express, the Hindu, and of course the Indian Express is something that you and I as an aspirant should always check on, as our topper has stated. Okay, also just out of curiosity, UPSC have they always comes up with the videos of their interview viva I'm talking about, but then we as an Npsc, we don't have they don't show that to the people, to the audience. So you have encountered it. So how is it to be sitting in front of the interviewer, especially in the viva?
Okay, so for me, I think among the prelims, mains, and interview is the one which I look forward to. Because if it's about prelims, it's just memorizing some random facts, which I found it boring, of course. And the mains is also quite interesting for me because I could display my knowledge and present it well. But interview, I always took it as a platform and as an opportunity for me to meet those people, and that I'll be able to tell them about my views and my opinions. So I always thought that it was a privilege and also given a platform for me to come till this far. I was very thankful to God also. So I was always excited to go to the interview room. So I think interview has always been the most thing which I look forward to.
Considering that people are quite nervous about sitting in front of the interviewer and answer about it, it's quite opposite in your case.
Actually they are very understanding. Okay, they are just human beings. Just think that they are like some uncles and they're sitting there. So you just have to tell your opinions. So you are given an opportunity which many people wanted to be, but you're among the selected ones. So you are given an opportunity to go there to present your views and your opinions. So it's such a privilege. So we should have to think that it's such a privilege given to us. So we have to make the best use of the opportunity given.
Looking at you, I'm pretty sure that you won't be nervous in front of the people. I'm pretty sure you get anxiety, huh?
I think yes. I think I get anxiety, but then one thing is that I try to be confident because there are 8 billion people in this world, and everyone is just like everyone. We're so similar. We have the same feelings. If someone is put in a certain circumstance, everyone will feel the same. So if we don't have the confidence, then fake it till you make it. So just act that God has sent you to this world with a purpose. So you have to be yourself and be confident enough. Go and present yourself and just be proud of yourself.
So the line is fake till you make it. All right. So now that you are in the position and you'll be occupying the position soon, then what's that one thing that you'd like to change in the Nagaland scenario, or maybe just in the form of governments in Nagaland?
Okay, so I have a few experience of working in the secretariat, so it was such a good experience. Also, one thing that I wanted to come to this government into the government service, not just for myself or for the power or the authority, but I wanted to contribute to the people. So I know that God has sent me to this world with a purpose, and my purpose is to empathize with people. And one thing about me is that I just love all the people. I just treat them as my family. I feel like the entire world is my family or something like that. So I want to bring that. And so when we look at the government side, when we look, everyone is aware that there are lots of corruption, there are lots of nepotism, there are lots of bribe taking place. But and from my experience, I know that if I don't take a certain bribe, people will think that I'm abnormal, or I'm kind of, this is not normal, she's different, so just leave it. And I know that when I go into the, when I take on this responsibility and role, I'll have more challenges in the future. But I am, I want to do what is good for the society and what is good for me also, and that I want to glorify God. So whatever little that I do, I want to bring changes to the people. I cannot change everybody because, it's very difficult to change people's mindset, but I myself, wherever that I'm posted or wherever that I am, I want to bring the little changes that I can wherever I am, yeah.
Also, changes starts from the individual level, right? Yes. So we're really looking forward to your administration. All right, viewers, that was the conversation with our topper, Miss Imkongnukla Ao. But before we go, as I've stated, Npsc 2022 is coming up. It's like knocking on our door. What's that one message that you'd like to give to the aspirants watching your interview?
So since the exam is approaching, I understand that the aspirants will be quite nervous and tense about the examination. I also failed the exam the last year. But what I want to tell them is that just be confident, you have studied enough. So just believe in yourself, have faith in God that He will do something good for you also. And I also want you to not take so much pressure, because when you take pressure, we tend to underperform as well. So we have to enjoy the process of the examination and try to use the technique of elimination. Like if you can eliminate 2 answers, even though you don't know that, then you can go for the other answers as well. So you can get the correct answer in that manner. So I want you to have presence of mind and also to be confident in yourself and not to be nervous in the examination hall. Just give your best and deliver, and God will do the rest.
That was the message to all the aspirants out there, coming from our topper herself. So the aspirants should all take that in their mind too. Okay, now that we will be wrapping up this conversation, we all know that, as you have stated, Nagaland being suffered by all this unemployment. The employment opportunity is very low in our state, and there are so many, frustrated, depressed youths. So do you have any message to all the general public, and especially to the youths out there, as we wrap up the conversation?
Today we are living in an age of uncertainty and also unemployment. There are around 1 lakh educated unemployed, and then they are so much frustrated. And then I have gone through the process, so I understand the frustration in it. And then they are thinking that, what is my life? What am I going to do? I'm from a middle class family. My parents are not staying together. Something like that. They make excuses, right? But I don't want them to make excuses, because I myself, I started from scratch. I was born in a village. I had to do everything by myself. So don't ever make an excuse. All of us have different gifts in our lives. It's not just about studying. I'm not just here talking about studying, but whether it's like entrepreneurship or doing something, we have to start from the scratch. And there is always a way. God has sent all of us with a purpose. So we have to know our gifts, whether it's maybe in the field of sports or entrepreneurship or doing anything. We have to find a way, make a strategy, sit down there, think that you are special yourself, and try to figure out what you are good at, and try to find an opportunity and an opportunity for that. Never make an excuse. And also, when you are going through the process, you'll face failures in life, but always think that God is always there with you, and never ever give up. And then I always think that my motto in life is, I always want to live a good life, and because if I gain the entire world, and if I lost my own soul, then it's all worthless. So I just wish that, and I want to tell this to all the youths, that since we are born in this world, all of us, we should try to live a good life, glorifying God, and then helping people, living a purpose-driven life. And I think our aim should be to go to heaven. So that has been my motto, and I also want to share that with you, and how wonderful our lives will be, in that we will look forward to the future. And even if we are thinking that, if we know that God is with us, and if we know that we are living a good life, we won't even be scared of death. So there's nothing to be scared of, not even unemployment, not even anything, because you know that you can do that with Christ. So that is what I want to share to the youth.
That was the message. Not to give up to know the purpose in life, and of course to have patience and have a goal-oriented as
Yes.
well. So that was, like talking with you, it's such an inspiration, and also you create all this positive aura and wherever you go. So like I'm so glad that we could do this
Thank
conversation
you.
together, and I really hope that the viewers out there have also taken a note as we were talking through, and on behalf of the Global Window and the Global Window viewers, we wish the best for your endeavor
so
as
much.
well. And as I've said, you are such a very like a very bright young lady. So shine wherever you go.
Thank you so much.
Well, viewers, that was the conversation with our Npsc 2021 topper ESC position, Imkongnukla Ao, and we will be coming back again with more interesting conversations where the viewers will be motivated, encouraged, and inspired at the same time. This is Azin Jamir. Keep watching Global Window.